Hello, my friends. I hope you're doing well. I'm Katerina and I got inspired because of the shift of the nodes where the south node is in Virgo and the north node is in Pisces. And this is a topic that is very personal to me because I have in my own natal chart this position and now it's happening the nodal return. Perhaps will be useful for you as these nodes now are shifting for all of the humanity. And having the North Node in Pisces is definitely telling us that over the next 18 months, we're supposed to learn how to rely on our intuition, how to hear on that inner guidance, how to come to our spiritual self, how to come to discover our soul path, how to stop being so much in our head and learn how to trust. Learn how to trust our feelings, our intuition, our gut feeling, our inner guidance. Stop looking for answers in our head because our soul knows the best. So the question is, can we really tune in into our intuition? Or are we too much caught up in our thoughts with all those identities that we hold, with all those goods and bads and rights and wrongs and all those conditioning? Virgo is also everything about order, want to have everything in order, want to have everything set up, everything under control, trying to be perfect. And it's hard to be perfect because it doesn't exist, it's not possible. If we get caught up in that, we may lose ourselves. So, Pisces is everything about the mystic, trusting the unknown. Pisces is also about learning to trust God, to trust our soul, trust that inner knowing. When we know that certain situation, people, events are not for us, and we know some others are. It is about letting go of the need to control everything, the need to control others. But let's not mix this with the need to still be able to respect ourselves and set the right boundaries in our life. Respect our time, respect what kind of energy we feed from, what kind of things we read, what kind of things we feed our mind, what kind of people we spend our time with. It's not about judging. We can still accept others as they are. It's just that we're sometimes different and we decide to stay different, to stay as we are, to hear on our soul, to have our own experience and still be able to respect and let others be as they are at their level of awareness with their own choices. Is about being able to appreciate each and everything and stop the need for distinguishing between good and bad or right or wrong, because there's nothing wrong. Each and every experience in our life is a lesson, especially those that we used to define as wrong. Are we going to allow our energy to be guided or influenced by others or what they're saying? Are we going to spend our energy about such concerns? Or are we just going to understand their journey and simply move forward with ours without judgment? Are we going to get us involved in certain triggers? Or are we gonna pray for them that they find their light as well? Are we gonna continue criticizing ourselves? Or are we gonna let us grow and say, hey, I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna love like myself anyways. I'm gonna love myself anyways, despite all my imperfection. And the truth is, life is a journey. We cannot grasp anything just to put it as a fixed thing, because we're gonna grow our whole life. We're gonna learn our whole life. We're gonna discover parts of ourselves our whole life until we learn everything what our soul was supposed to learn. And this is again Pisces, to find our soul journey. What is recommended for us for the next period? Find the best spiritual practices for ourselves to come closer to that divine part of ourselves. Find the best practices to learn how to hear on our soul, to know we are on the right path, to know what kind of changes we need to make in our life in order to protect ourselves, in order to love ourselves in the best possible way, taking care of ourselves, letting others to be vulnerable with, letting others to care of ourselves as well, because part of the human condition is also to let be loved, let be vulnerable, let be cared for, let be nurtured. We need each other. We're social beings. We need to stop criticizing each other. Because when we criticize others, we are actually criticizing ourselves. It is a mirror. Our environment is our mirror. It is time that we start caring for each other. Be compassionate. Have understanding. Have unconditional love. What kind of qualities does Pisces represent? And the qualities that we need to develop over this period are those of compassion, empathy, capacity for imagination and fantasy and dreams. So what are your dreams and desires? Are you on the right track? What's your gut saying to you? Or maybe you would like to develop some further spiritual qualities, such as clairvoyance, kinesthetics, telepathy. We have so many possibilities for development, especially of those spiritual features over the next 1.5 years, or the capacity for unconditional love. Imagine that we all have that capacity for unconditional love towards each other. I believe that when we have that on a collective level, then no wars will cease to exist anymore. But there is also another issue that we need to take a look at, and this is the feeling of collective guilt, what also is represented by Pisces. There's a lot of guilt, and also we need to get rid of that inner critic, the Virgo mind, of continuously criticizing ourselves and all those limiting beliefs that are developed as a result of that, such as I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy. So it is a huge task that is awaiting us over the next 1.5 years. And definitely with Pluto in Aquarius, it's going to further be asking us to work on our deepest fears, to work on our deepest limiting beliefs and emotional baggage that is kind of weighting us and pushing us down, not to be able to move further and see the light at the end of the tunnel. So let's choose our actions, let's choose our beliefs, and be more accepting, be more forgiving. Don't go so much into details and the monkey mind, but trust and believe that we are in a good hands and that everything is as it should be. Cherish each and every moment, each and every life experience. Share the love and it will come back to us. Share the goodness, share the greatness. Follow our intuition, follow the guidance from within to come to that rest, harmony, and joy